were with us in September. Good news is that the basketball people stopped playing already and left. September at our meeting, we were at Reggie for those who weren't there, and they were playing while we were trying to have the meeting, and Steve Keys went over and got them to be quieter or less noisy, I guess is a better way to put it. But several people came to me later and said, a great meeting, but I didn't hear a word anybody said. Today, hopefully, would be a little better. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Mark Young, currently president of the MTFOA. So I welcome all of you to the meeting. Again, for those of you that haven't been with us that often, this is the third time we've attempted to have a meeting and clinic here. 2 years in a row, we had weather postponements back pre-COVID. This time we're actually here. And the idea over the last several years has been to try to have one of our general meetings north of the Pike. Last year we succeeded in having one at Wheaton, south of the Pike, which will be the case again later in the year, but to make it a little easier for people on either side, geographically of the Pike, to attend, and with clinics for both of them. I want to thank our host, Zach Lankow, who's the co-chair at St. John's Prep, for helping to arrange this and make it possible for us to be here. So, this is Coach Lankow.
I've seen a bunch of you guys before. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. We've got restrooms all the way down that hall. Restrooms just out this door to your right. Welcome to St. John's. Probably will see you around in a beat if I haven't already. But thank you very much and welcome.
You guys open tomorrow night?
We're tomorrow night at the track in New Balance. 5:30 start. I know there's a handful of people that are working that meet tomorrow, so no prep kids foul tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, Zach. And I will also say, as he already knows, for those of you that pay attention to what used to be called the Foot Locker meet, before that it was the Kinney meet. Now there's a different sponsor whose name I'm not going to remember. This land in the world of ours where the sponsors change fairly often, stadiums or whatever. But St. John's Prep's top runner qualified to run in San Diego this coming weekend at the annual National High School meet in Balboa Park in San Diego. That's not San Diego, it's close. Anyway, so welcome to all of you. Do you have, Dennis, the minutes that people could look at?
I had the limited number. I was blown away by how many people were here.
Okay, so some of you got minutes, some of you didn't. For anybody that actually looked at them already, do we have any additions, corrections? If not, I'm not sure I should do it.
To accept.
Okay, so we have a motion to accept in a second. If there's any major error in that, we'll reserve the right to amend at a later date. Anyhow, we've got a motion to accept. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carries.
They will be on the blast, so if you do have any check. One thing I do ask, if I may, Mark, please check the attendance. If you were there and I didn't get your name from the last meeting, I'll believe you, just tell me. And again, this time I will do that. I will have the attendance. Again, check when these minutes come out, check the attendance.
For any of you who are curious, that's Dennis Berry, who's our recording secretary. The institutional memory for all of us. Okay, I don't have a lot on the president's report, but we've gotten through the fall cross-country season. We've now started our indoor season. So far, that's good. I know we're behind. Speaking royal we, I'll let David speak to assignments and stuff for the indoor season in a minute. New system, new person, right? We had somebody, Steve Knapp was doing the commissioner's job in the spring. David, Johns took over for David, excuse me, for Steve. So he did it for the fall and now is doing it for the winter. We're using a little bit of a new system, but also we have a new facility with New Balance being open, which is great for the kids because it provides one more place. So I don't have to worry about kids going back to the Cape at 10 o'clock at night. That they already had school and bus ride up, run a meet at Reggie and then go home and get back at midnight. But it's stretching our ranks a little bit in order to handle all of that in terms of assignments. But David will address that in a minute. So for me, I don't think there's anything else. Executive board is taking care of some stuff you don't need to hear about. Vice President's report would be next. Kathleen is out of state, so I'll give her a report. The main thing for her is relative to the banquet in June. There were some people on the executive committee who were talking about maybe having a different venue, somewhat similar to the southern venue for the one clinic and the northern, the other general meeting. The vice president's in charge of that, and what she has said is, if you have another venue that you'd like to try, let her know by January 10th. But costs and et cetera are relevant. So don't just say, yeah, we'd love to have it at Pier 4, or maybe Pier 4 doesn't even exist anymore in the seaport, but whatever. Come back with, here's a place, this is what they can do, and ballpark on the other part of it. Okay. Don Kirkland, treasurer.
All right, short and sweet, everybody. We have 229 paid members. Thank you very much. Maybe another 5 tonight, so maybe it's over 230, 235. We have about $81,000 in our account right now, which is great. The winter season's about to start, and which means that I can pay people before the colleges pay us, at least through December and early January. And that's when the money runs out, and then I have to start waiting for people to pay us. So you might get paid fairly quickly through December, but then in January you might say, why aren't I getting my money right away? The reason is because most of our colleges make us wait like 60 days for our money. Some are even worse. So just keep that in mind. College rule books, I guess, just became available for print, which was fantastic since they start being useful on January 1st. So here it is December, so I will have those available. If anyone wants one, I'll mail it to you once I get them, or I'll see you either at a meet or at the March meeting. We'll make it work. And after the training sessions are over, if you need a rule book, I won't be here. So come see me before the training sessions start if you didn't see me already, all right?
Or you can leave them on the list.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, those are the NFHS books, that's the Federation High School books, which are available. The college ones, for whatever reason, had a late start date. Rich, you're up, negotiating. You have a report.
Oh, we don't have any report. We have no report. Fill out the availability sheet, we need everybody. As often as you can.
Commissioner, one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people. This is Dave Johns.
So, this is what's going on at this point. I have sent out more or less most of December. I think I have 1 or 2 meets at the end of December to send out individually to sign. And I am beginning work on the big thing that where you hit the thing. My problem though is when I'm doing this is just this past weekend we had 4 meets. I had a meet at Harvard, I had a meet at BU, I had a meet at Reggie that was hosted by Suffolk, I had a meet at MIT. When college meets are involved, I have to have a pole vault person. That's where I start. And then that takes one of my better officials out of the mix for everything else. And then high jump is another one where a lot of you don't like to do. So that takes people. And then for me to make sure everybody is balanced, that I'm not giving, somebody better folks than the other places. I really have to make an effort. With that being said, January 28th, I need everybody in this room to sign up and tell me that they'll do a meet, because I need over 95 officials on that day. So if I'm not getting 95 officials that day, we're gonna leave people short. And then people are gonna start saying, why do I wanna use that organization? And they'll start trying to do their own things. We've gone through that process with MSTCA of them thinking they were gonna go on their own. So I would say to you to really go into your, if you haven't sent me an availability sheet yet, and you need to do it, get in there, send it to me, and tell me you want to work as much as you can. And if you aren't comfortable doing high jump and pole vault and those sorts of things, pole vault may be something, I mean, I've been doing this a long time, I can probably figure the pole vault out, but I don't want to. But that being said, in the position that I'm in now, I probably should. But then I would ask you all to figure out how to do the high jump. And don't worry about the 5 Alive stuff that everybody has to tell you you gotta do if it's a big meet. Talk to Donnie Kirkland, he runs a heck of a high jump. He doesn't do a 5 Alive, he just runs the first sheet, runs it all through, then goes to the second sheet. It's just as quick and just as fast as 5 Alive. I mean, there's nothing in the rules that we have to do 5 Alive, I don't believe. Is there, Mark, Justin, Dennis?
In the NCAA, they have killed the 5 Alive beginning January 1.
Okay.
It's gone. In the NCAA.
Okay, so look at what the NCAA wants you to do. I'm sure somebody can tell you. So that being said, it's an arduous process, and I'm doing my best. But like I said, December is out there. I still have a few spots to fill in some areas. I also do the Catholic League and the MVC. I've got some spots available in the Catholic League. If you're interested in doing something there, please see me by the end of the night, not while I'm busy doing something else, but just see me. All right? Any questions? All right.
Jeff?
Yep. Could everyone who's a new member kind of stand up and just introduce yourselves? You know, your name and your hometown.
If you're new, stand up.
Stand up, just state your name and where you come from, and
So we'll start over here, we'll go left to right.
Jim PC.
Jay Dion, Blue Table.
John Shaheen Methuen.
Richard Ward, Boston.
Zach Nardone, Stoneham.
Julie Shannon, Plymouth, Mass.
Ken Teal, Westford.
Christina DeCroce, Westford. Or Burlington. I don't know. I teach in Burlington, live in Westford. Yeah. Yeah. Vicky Dufresne, Northampton.
Peter O'Dowd, Amesbury.
Mike Robillard, Wilmington.
Yeah.
so as you heard, I'm not new. As you heard, sorry.
Crystal Shell, Boston.
As you heard, there's plenty of work, guys, so make sure you see Dave Johns or any of the other commissioners here. Hopefully the commissioners will play. plug you into some meat.
What other commissioners are here? Stand up and state your name and tell them your league.
You're jumping out of the order of my agenda, but that's okay.
We're getting bodied.
These are now, for the new people, these are commissioners. Dave's the commissioner for the meets that are on weekends, college meets, the big college meets, and the MSDCA and the MIAA meets. There are other leagues, several of them. Two of the commissioners, I guess, are here. One, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Brian Rudy. I'm the commissioner for the outdoor spring season for the Dual County League and Bay State League.
Indoors.
Outdoors. Well, indoors. For the Bay
Indoors,
State.
your Bay State League. I just got an email. Dean,
Sure. Dean Satch. I'm Commissioner for NEC, Northeastern Conference, Greater Boston, and Cape Ann.
Joe is here somewhere.
Joe Quarantello, I do outdoor, Greater Boston League, formerly NEC and Cal, but you can get your information over to me, I'll make sure the new commissioner gets it.
Okay, so those are those three leagues. Matt Carr, I think, is Middlesex League, right?
Yes, back car, sex league, that's all filled.
Well, and you're the,
I stated that earlier.
you're embassy, but also
Catholic large.
Catholic Large, which is St. John's Prep, et cetera. And those two leagues split up, or that league split up. Big schools are coming to New Balance, smaller schools, the Archbishop Williams and so forth, are staying at Reggie Lewis. That's Brian Van Dorp from Archbishop Williams in charge of that. There are a lot of leagues. So there's plenty, and most of them, I think, are signed up, but that's where to get started. So welcome to all of the new people. It's great that we have so many of you here. The sooner you can get through the certification process with Jeff, the better, get signed up. Because we've already started. December is busy-ish, January's a bear. But lots of opportunities, so that's the good news. Okay, so tonight we have two separate presentations, which will be concurrent. One will be by Jim McGloin over here, who's going to conduct regarding the multi-events.
Combined.
Pardon? Combined for him, multi for me. I've been coaching 50-something years, I'm not gonna change. The OED can correct me if they want. And then.
What's his name?
Rich Murray, and where's Eric? They're gonna work on various aspects of umpire. So, I don't know what time it is. We've been in for a few minutes. If anybody needs to use the restroom or whatever, go do it now. If you don't, just, where do you want to start from? Right here?
Where, you're gonna go out on the track?
Well, go anywhere you want to go.
Well, I thought we'd
the guy-
stay here.
I
Okay,
can
so-
use the umpires right here on the stand. I don't have to go on the front.
Well, if you stay in here,
Okay.
no, you can't both be here at the same
We'll
time.
go anywhere you want to go.
You pick your league.
Everybody doesn't get the glass.
Okay. In this retiring individual, meaning not obvious, had he wanted to make a report before he could have. This is Rich Hickey. He's responsible for sending out the blast every week, which is always useful. It's what time the meets are this week, what the directions are to the meet, what you do about parking for the meet. If he doesn't have your email address, all you new people or even older people, if he doesn't have your email address, if you didn't get the blast yesterday, see him with your email address contact information, because that's the most important thing every week for most of us. Where do I need to be next Saturday or Sunday? So that's Rich Hickey. Okay? We all set? So